Hello, 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 welcome to Firearms of America, and today we are finally doing, as a part of our Tennessee special, I'm finally announcing the Ultimate Survival Boot of 2019. So whoever is not familiar with what it is, guys, basically the whole 2019 year I have been reviewing a whole bunch of different boots, and it's time to select which one is the best of 2019. Now, keep in mind, of course, personal opinion has a lot to do with it, but of all the boots that I have reviewed, the winner is Salomon Ultra 3 Mid X GTX. I think there was number 3 in there. X Ultra 3 Mid GTX. And we got the winner. So why is it the ultimate survival boot of 2019? Of all the boots that I have reviewed in 2019, I don't think they were made in 2019. They were probably made earlier, but of all the boots that I reviewed in 2019, this is my number one ultimate survival choice. Okay, so first of all, number one, comfort level. Of course, if you have watched the whole review whenever we did that, and you're enjoying the background, I know that's a great Smoky Mountains right there. Couldn't have picked a better background for that. So, number one, obviously, the comfort level. And the sensifit technology that Salomon uses in these boots is, it's absolutely magnificent. This was the first pair of boots that I have reviewed from Salomon with that sensifit technology. Basically what it does is whenever you put your foot in, it wraps around your foot and it holds it in place, giving you really good stability. Really helps whenever you're walking up the hill and down the hill. And you guys, if you watched any of my boot reviews, you already know I mention it all the time, you know, getting that extra space in the front so that whenever you're walking down the hill, you know, your foot is not sliding downwards and not banging at the front of the toe box, because that can get painful very quickly. Well, with this boot, it's really good because this sensifit technology wraps around and holds your foot, so it's not sliding around, you know, back and forth whenever you're walking up and down the hill. So it really helps. Also, my favorite, Ortholite inner sole, which is, is absolutely magnificent. Let me see if I can take it out here and show you how it is shaped, because it is shaped in a kind of a unique way, and I have not seen it in a lot of boots. Come on, there we go. Alright, and as you can see, it also kind of gives you a little bit of support here, holding your heel in place, preventing it from sliding back and forth. Now, of course, GTX, you know, membrane, whenever it comes to proofing and protection, GTX, Gore-Tex, it's that waterproof membrane, which is a newer, more expensive technology. That's why these boots are a little bit on the pricier side. They're $130, about $130, depending on the size, depending on the color that you pick. All the links are in the description below, and if you watch the review, the actual review of this boot, you can find the link there as well. But testing it in, you know, in the conditions where you do need that waterproofing, definitely works. GTX, you know, it's highly recommended by most of the hikers out there. They prefer that GTX. Now, another thing that I do like about these boots a lot is that they're mid-size, right? So why mid-size whenever it comes to ultimate survival boots, right? And not a full size, because you can find a good pair of Salomon boots in full size, like for example 4D Quest, and I absolutely love those boots as well. But if you watched any of my videos, you know that I prefer more that mobility over protection. And here's the thing, whenever it comes to protection, right? You are not really sacrificing much of the protection whenever you're going mid-size over the full size, because you still have that ankle protection here, so pretty good. And with the full size, you don't really protect much over the ankle anyway. It gives you a little bit of extra space for the roof waterproofing. Yes, that's good, you know, if you're stepping in a deeper creek, for example, that's pretty good. But that's really it. The vital part is the ankles, and as long as you have that ankle protection, that's good. But having the mid-size over the full size saves you a lot of the weight, and you guys know I prefer more of that mobility, and with extra weight comes the restriction, you know, in that mobility. So I'd rather have less weight and a little bit less protection, not sacrificing too much, if you know what I mean. Now, whenever it comes to the traction, now this outsole is just absolutely fantastic. I've tested it on everything, and they perform great on everything. It has perfect balance of aggression and flatness as well. You know, on flat surfaces like tile, shiny surfaces, marble, they do hold very nicely. They do give you enough of traction not to slide around on those surfaces. Usually you do need those slip resistant boots to, you know, hold you well on those surfaces. With this ones, yeah, they definitely do give you enough of that. So ultimate survival boot right here. I kind of had a feeling the very first time I tried them that these will be the ones, but hey, you know, can't argue with that. Okay, so as I promised before, I wanted to give 2 substitutions for the ultimate survival boot, cheaper substitution. And the option number 2, if you want to save money and still get a lot, really a lot for your money, is an option from Salomon as well, but this is the Pathfinders. Now this is a great boot, and it is extremely similar to the Ultras. And let me take them out of the box so that you can see them together. As you can see, they're both mid-size. They look pretty much identical. Now the outsole is exactly the same. It's just as good. They also do feature that sensifit technology, so they wrap around your foot absolutely beautifully, just very nicely. The only few differences. They also do have the ortholite, by the way. Yes, it's not shaped as in the Ultras, but it's still on ortholite, so it's very comfortable. Takes on a lot of impact. Few differences. Okay, we only have one pair of hook here on the Pathfinder. We have 2 pairs on the Ultras, and the hardware here is metal. Here is a heavy duty plastic. Now, I wouldn't really say anything negative about the heavy duty plastic. You know, I never had a situation where it snapped or anything like that, but some people do prefer a little bit of that peace of mind. A little bit of difference whenever it comes to the protection of the toe on the Pathfinder, as you can see, compared to the Ultras. And on the Ultras, this rubber is actually just a tiny bit harder compared to the Pathfinder. This is not actual rubber, this is more of that synthetic material, and it is a bit softer. Of course, the design features a little bit, you know, a little bit more basic on the Pathfinder, but none of that really makes any much of the difference. The only main difference why these are about $40 cheaper, you can save about 40 bucks on these, on the Pathfinders, is that these do not feature the Gore-Tex. They are not GTX. They are still waterproof, but the waterproofing is actually the CSWP. Now, in my personal opinion, I have tested them, you know, in the conditions where you need waterproofing, and ClimateSense performs just as fine as the Gore-Tex. But again, like I said, most of the professionals, you know, hikers who do, you know, this really hardcore, they do recommend Gore-Tex. Keep that in mind. But did not have any problems with ClimateSense. So that's the Pathfinders. also very comfortable, extremely comfortable. Absolutely love this boots. The sensifit technology is absolutely amazing. They're also very lightweight. In fact, these are about 20 grams or 40 grams lighter. Not really a difference that you will notice, but still lighter, you know, than your Ultras. Probably because of the plastic hardware compared to the metal ones over there. Okay, so that's option number 2, right? Wait, that's option number 1. If you don't want to spend $130 and you want to spend only about $90, because that's how much you can get these. Again, the link is in the description below. But you can save even more, and there is another option that I want to recommend for the ultimate survival boot as a replacement for the Ultras, the Salomon Ultras. And this is the dirty Columbias. Sorry guys, I didn't have time to wash them because I literally just came from the trail with this boot. And this is Columbia Newton Ridge Plus, and they were also one of the first ones that I have reviewed on this channel, and I reviewed them along with Ultras, and I actually tested them back to back with the Ultras, and they are also very comfortable. Not as comfortable as Ultras, but still very, very comfortable, as long as you get that, follow that advice of mine, you know, that, not really mine, professional hikers, to get half a size bigger, so that whenever you're going down the hill, again, you're not smashing your toe on the front of the toe box, because they do not feature that sensifit technology, so it doesn't wrap around your foot as much, but still very, very comfortable, very lightweight, waterproof as well. Nothing fancy, of course, not Gore-Tex, no fancy ortholite inner sole, but the outsole is actually very, very similar to the Ultras, as you can see. So it gives you amazing traction. I absolutely love it, and like I said, I did a pretty hardcore trail in these just now, literally just came about 30 minutes ago from that trail, with some really wet, slippery rocks, crossing the creek, and some muddy surfaces, and they perform absolutely perfect. So you have right here, to wrap it up, the winner of the ultimate survival boot of 2019, the Salomon Ultra 3 Mid X GTX. And then if you want to save a little bit more money, you have an option of Salomon Pathfinders. Beautiful boots, absolutely love them. And even cheaper option at $75, and even cheaper, you can find them even cheaper depending on the price and the color they have. You know, just look around the internet, you can find them cheaper too. But 75 bucks on Amazon currently. Columbia Newton Ridge Plus 2. Thank you very much guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.